One of the things that I was super excited about when you talked about your vision of creator AI, I just think that's a home run idea, frankly. Tell everybody about the creator AI and AI studio that's going to enable you to do that.
Yeah, so we actually, I mean, this is something that we've talked about it a bit, but we're rolling it out a lot wider today. A lot of our vision is that I don't think that there's just going to be like one AI model, right? I mean, this is something that some of the other companies in the industry, they're like, it's like they're building like one central agent, and yeah, we'll have the Meta AI assistant that you can use, but a lot of our vision is that we want to empower all the people who use our products to basically create agents for themselves. So whether that's all the many, many millions of creators that are on the platform, or hundreds of millions of small businesses, we eventually want to just be able to pull in all your content and very quickly stand up a business agent and be able to interact with your customers and do sales and customer support and all that. So the one that we're just starting to roll out more now is we call it AI Studio, and it basically is a set of tools that eventually is going to make it so that every creator can build sort of an AI version of themselves as sort of an agent or an assistant that their community can interact with. There's kind of a fundamental issue here where there's just not enough hours in the day, right? It's like if you're a creator, you want to engage more with your community, but you're constrained on time. And similarly, your community wants to engage with you, but it's tough. I mean, there's limited time to do that. So the next best thing is allowing people to basically create these artifacts, right? It's an agent, but you train it to kind of on your material. To represent you in the way that you want. I think it's a very kind of creative endeavor, almost like a piece of art or content that you're putting out there. And it's going to be very clear that it's not engaging with the creator themselves, but I think it'll be another interesting way, just like how creators put out content on these social systems, to be able to have agents that do that. Similarly, I think that there's going to be a thing where people basically create their own agents for all different kinds of uses. Some will be sort of customized utility, things that they're trying to get done that they want to kind of fine tune and train an agent for. Some of them will be entertainment, and some of the things that people create are just funny, and just kind of silly in different ways, or kind of have a funny attitude about things that we probably couldn't. We probably wouldn't build into Meta AI as an assistant, but I think people are kind of pretty interested to see and interact with. And then one of the interesting use cases that we're seeing is people kind of using these agents for support. This was one thing that was a little bit surprising to me. Is one of the top use cases for Meta AI already is people basically using it to role play difficult social situations that they're going to be in. So whether it's a professional situation, it's like, all right, I want to ask my manager, like, how do I get a promotion or a raise, or I'm having this fight with my friend, or I'm having this difficult situation with my girlfriend, like how can this conversation go? And basically having a completely judgment-free zone where you can basically role play that and see how the conversation will go and get feedback on it. But a lot of people, they don't just want to interact with the same kind of agent, whether it's Meta AI or ChatGPT or whatever it is that everyone else is using. They want to kind of create their own thing. So that's roughly where we're going with AI Studio, but it's all part of this bigger, I guess, view that we have, that there shouldn't just be kind of one big AI that people interact with. We just think that the world will be better and more interesting if there's a diversity of these different things.
I just think it's so cool that if you're an artist and you have a style, you could take your style, all of your body of work, you could fine-tune one of your models, and now this becomes an AI model that you can come and you could prompt it. You could ask me to, create something along the lines of the art style that I have, and you might even give me a piece of art as a drawing, a sketch as an inspiration, and I can generate something for you, and you come to my bot for that. Come to my AI for that. It could be every single restaurant, every single website will probably in the future have these AIs.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of think that in the future, just like every business has an email address and a website and a social media account, or several. I think in the future, every business is going to have an AI agent that interfaces with their customers. And some of these things I think have been pretty hard to do historically. Like, if you think about any company, it's like you probably have customer support as just a separate organization from sales. And that's not really how you'd want it to work as CEO. It's just that, okay, they're kind of different skills. You're building up these
I'm your customer support, just to be.
What's up?
Apparently I am, yeah.
I mean, well, I guess,
whenever Mark needs something,
as CEO,
I can't tell whether it's chatbot or it's Mark, but
it's just my chatbot just asking you. No, well, I guess that's kind of, when you're CEO, you have to do all this stuff. But I mean, then when you build the abstraction into your organization, a lot of times, like in general, the organizations are separate because they're kind of optimized for different things. But
that's right.
I think, like, the platonic ideal of this would be that it's kind of one thing, right? As a customer, you don't really care. You don't want to like have a different route when you're trying to buy something versus if you're having an issue with something that you bought. You just want to have a place that you can go and get your questions answered and be able to engage with the business in different ways. And I think that applies for creators too. I think that the kind of personal consumer side of this is going to be...
all of that engagement with your customers, especially if they're complaints, is going to make your company better.
Yeah, totally.
Right? Yeah. The fact that it's all engaging with this AI is going to capture the institutional knowledge and all of that can go into analytics, which improves the AI and so on and so forth.
Yeah. So the business version of this is that I think has a little more integration, and we're still in a pretty early alpha with that. But the AI studio, making it so people can kind of create their UGC agents and different things, and getting started on this flywheel of having creators create them. I'm pretty excited about that.
And so can I use AI Studio to fine tune with my images, my collection of images?
Yeah, we're gonna get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then could I load it all the things that I've written so that use it as my RAG?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then every time I come back to it, it loads up its memory again, so it remembers where it left off last time.
Yep.
And we carry on our conversation as if nothing ever happened.
Yeah, and look, I mean, like any product, it'll get better over time. The tools for training it will get better. It's not just about what you want it to say. I mean, I think generally creators and businesses have topics that they want to stay away from too, right? So just getting better at all this stuff. Yep. I think the platonic version of this is not just text, right? You almost want to just be able to, and this is sort of an intersection with some of the codec avatar work that we're doing over time. You want to basically be able to have almost like a video chat with the agent, and I think we'll get there over time. I don't think that this stuff is that far off, but the flywheel is spinning really quickly. So it's exciting. There is a lot of new stuff to build, and I think even if the progress on the foundation models kind of stopped now, which I don't think it will, I think we'd have like 5 years of product innovation for the industry to basically figure out how to most effectively use all the stuff that's gotten built so far. But I actually just think the kind of foundation models and the progress on the fundamental research is accelerating. So that it's a pretty wild time.
Your vision
and it's all you kind of made this happen. So
why, thank you. In the last conversation, I thank you.